Alright, so I'll tell you what. I just had a very productive day. I've been working since I got up this morning. Pretty much every minute of the day was filled with productive use of time. And that's something that's quite odd for me. That's something I wasn't able to do for most of my life. I never felt like I could get up and be productive. I always felt like it was a serious chore to work that hard. But it's something that I have learned to do over the course of my school career. Now, I've been in school for 8 years, which is way too fucking long for anybody to be in school. I would not recommend staying in for 8 years. Circumstantially, it happened. That's what I did. Looking back, I would have probably done something differently, but I'm at the end of it now. May as well finish. Still, 8 years in school, and it wasn't until like fourth or fifth year that I even figured out how to work. And once you figure out how to work, school is so much easier. And everybody tells you, but you just don't listen. So I was thinking I wanted to make this video to say, hey, you know how to work. You know what you're supposed to be doing. I feel like everybody does. But here's some things that really helped me that when I stopped doing them, I got better at school. So I'm not here to tell you what you should do. I'm just going to tell you what you shouldn't do. The first thing that comes to mind immediately is stay off your phone at school. Stay off your phone when you're trying to work. Stay off your phone in lecture. Stay off your phone. I remember the first semester that I got straight A's in university was the semester that I was leaving my phone in a locker all day because I just didn't have it on me. I would leave it in a locker at the start of the day, go pick it up at the end of my school day, and that was the first time I ever got straight A's in school. Leave your phone alone. The second thing that it took me a long fucking time to learn is you should not study in groups like 95% of the time. Okay? If you're gonna study, do most, if not all, of your studying by yourself. You just learn. You learn that way. You sit there, you struggle, you have to figure out methods of solving problems on the fly. You have to organize your own time. And what you discover when you stop studying groups is that what takes about 8 hours in a group of people might take you like 2 or 3 on your own. And suddenly all your time frees up. Like, do you know anyone at school who you're like, wow, how do you get so much done and still have so much free time? The answer is probably that they study by themselves. You don't see those people hanging out until 12 or 2 a.m. in a study group where you're all sitting there bullshitting and eating snacks. Because I did that. I did that for like 3 years. It doesn't work. And the third thing, the third thing in my list of don'ts is when you get to school, don't stop learning. That's the last thing that I really want to stress. It sounds silly, but it's not. A lot of people, when they get to school, they stop learning about stuff. They just go to school. School gets in the way of their learning. You know, I went to school. I stopped reading the books I loved. I stopped studying the shit that I like studying. I stopped learning about ancient civilizations, about Greek mythology, all these things that I enjoyed reading about, that I enjoyed learning about, all the hobbies I had, archery, fighting, I dropped them because I was full time into school. Don't do that. Don't let school get in the way of your learning. Make sure that you're still learning new things even if you're at school. All right? Most people go to school and it's like this 4 year blur. They come out the other side, they feel like they didn't learn a damn thing, but now they have a piece of paper and people will give them jobs. You don't want that to be you. You want to come out the other side going, hey, I got a piece of paper, but I also learned how to code. I learned how to fight. I learned how to ski. I learned how to skate. I can't skate, so that would be a big one for me. Don't let school get in the way of your learning. So, to summarize, if there's 3 things that you really shouldn't do at school that I think will help you at school get better grades and have a better life, it would be don't use your phone when you're at school. Don't study in groups. Like 95% of the time, don't study in groups. And don't let school get in the way of your learning. Make sure you're learning stuff outside your classrooms. Anyway, that's all. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. If you agree, disagree. I'm pretty dogmatic on this point, so I may not be as open as I usually am to counter arguments, but let me know either way. Have a good night.